Hi, are you leading any innovation, creativity, and ideation session currently? Do you find it tough from time to time that you need to address team conflict during a session? If yes, this video is for you. Hi, my name is Dickson, and today in this video I'm going to talk to you about how to address team conflict during an ideation session. Now, recently someone asked me about, hey Dickson, how do you solve this problem, right? If there is an internal team conflict during the ideation session, right? So one of the example could be during the ideation session, there's a group of like a sales and marketing folks, and also there's a group of engineering folks. And the sales and marketing folks, they want to come up with very creative, very innovative ideas. They want to be the first in the market. They want to come up with some new product ideas. But on the other hand, the engineering team, they want to go for those like practical, proven, safer ideas because they don't want to take so much risk. So how can you effectively solve this kind of team conflict? So in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 tips. So what are the 3 tips in addressing team conflict? Number 1 is you need to acknowledge, right, team conflict is actually good. Yeah, I know it sounds a bit hard, right, to believe, but yes, it's true. You as a facilitator, you as a business leader, number 1 you need to do is you need to acknowledge team conflict is good. Differing views is good. So you need to take things very positively. So that's number 1. Okay. Number 2, what you need to do is you need to brief the participant before the ideation activity start. You need to do a proper briefing with them, and you need to tell them specifically 2 things. A, it is about divergent thinking. Right? B is about convergent thinking. Okay. Divergent thinking means, right, you want the participant to come up as many ideas as possible. You should aim for quantity of idea, not the quality. You should not judge the ideas during this divergence stage, because what we want is we want more ideas. The more ideas, the better. The more crazy ideas, the better. Right? So that's the divergent thinking stage. Then after that, right, we can go into this convergent thinking stage. Right? Convergent thinking stage, then we will look at all the ideas we generate, and then we need to process it, we need to prioritize it, we need to use certain criteria to distill all these ideas. Right? So that is the convergent thinking stage. Right? So you need to properly brief the participant about the process. So typically we'll start with divergent thinking process first, and then after that we will go into the convergent thinking stage. Right? So you need to help them that understand that, okay, there's a process and there's some different focuses, right, during the divergent and also the convergent stage. Right? So that's the number 2 thing you can do to address the team conflict. Okay. So number 3, if applicable or if necessary, you may consider to separate these 2 teams, right, for the ideation session. Right? Separate them. So what does that mean? Right? That means if you find that both of them cannot get along well, and they tend to like shoot down each other's ideas very easily, they tend to get into conflict very easily during the ideation session, what you can do as a facilitator or a business leader is to separate them. So that means to have maybe a breakout room, or separate them into 2 different rooms. Okay, so you can get the sales and marketing team to do the ideation first. Okay, so there's no restriction, let them free flow their ideas out. Then at the same time, on a separate room, on a separate breakout room, right, you get the other team, right? So in this case, the engineering team to come up with ideas. Right? So this is a way you can minimize the conflict so that we can take advantage of the strength of each team, so that they can keep coming up with great ideas without being influenced by other teams. Okay, So I hope this video sharing is something useful to you to recap, right? What are the 3 things that you can do to address team conflict in an ideation session? Number 1, acknowledge that team conflict is good. You should take this positively. Number 2, you should brief the participant properly about the 2 different stages, right? A is the divergent thinking stage, B is the convergent thinking stage, right? So they need to behave differently during each of the stages. And number 3, right, if necessary, separate the 2 teams, right? Let them do their own ideation separately. Okay, so I hope this video sharing is something useful to you. If you like this video, share with your friends and colleagues. Once again, this is Dickson. If there's anything I can help you, just reach out to me. Happy to help you. Embrace creativity, embrace your team. Cheers.